Hey guys, new day, same sweater. Okay, before you read scene 2 today, we're going to talk about some dramatic conventions. We're going to cover the first 15 of these. There are 30 of them. We're going to go 1 through 15. Oh, my computer came unplugged. And we will do the other 15 tomorrow. Okay, a lot of these are probably words you've already heard. They're review. They're just things that you kind of need to be aware of, may help you make more sense of the play. And these may appear on a test. I'm going to put the link and have you study these flashcards, okay? I'm not going to have you identify them like we did with the dramatic elements yesterday. These are dramatic conventions. There are more of them. They're more specific to writing, whereas the elements were more specific to acting. But so these are the things you really need to know. But instead of identifying them, we're just going to be studying them for the test. But definitely keep an eye out for them while you're reading. Okay, our first thing we have is an aside. Okay, a lot of people think you're saying a side because it's like kind of like a side conversation. It's an aside. Okay. An actor directly addresses the audience, but is not supposed to be heard by the other actors on stage. Okay, so and also when the audience knows something, the character doesn't. So if that actor, it's in these flashcards. Actually, I don't know why I said probably. I know it's in these flashcards. But when the actor addresses the audience, just between the audience and the actor, it's an aside. And then if that actor leaves stage and the actor left on stage doesn't know something, but the audience does, whatever we were told in the aside, then that is dramatic irony. So that's the difference right there. In dramatic irony, the other characters have no idea. In this one, technically, the other characters are not being spoken to, but they're still on stage, so may have an idea. Right? Okay. Characterization. This is easy. It's the same as regular stories. Actions, dialogue, and narrative description that reveal a sense of character's personality to the reader. Just getting to know who that character is. Comic relief. This is exactly what it sounds like. You need a laughing break if we've got a very serious or a very sad play. It's to relieve tension. They make you laugh to kind of keep it lighthearted. A short, funny episode that interrupts an otherwise serious or tragic work of drama. And by episode, they mean little blurb. They don't mean like a TV episode, right? Nope. Okay, concealment, a dramatic convention that allows a character to be seen by an audience while remaining hidden from fellow actors. There are a lot of these, like I said, with dramatic convention and the aside in this. We have to, in dramas, they have very little time and resources, right? So they have to change the stage, and someone may be over here distracting you while they're changing the stage. Same with this. People can be hiding. They have to use the same space. And in order to do that, they get very creative. And that is why Broadway shows and plays and theater itself is so impressive, just because they have so few resources. It's not like shooting a movie. They can't just change setting. They do it all there in front of you live. It's pretty incredible. Dramatic irony, we already talked about this, but it's when the audience or another character knows something that the main character, or the character on stage, whomever, does not. Foreshadowing. We all know what foreshadowing is, hopefully, right? It's just hinting at events to come, same as it would be in regular literature. Soliloquy. So try to remember soliloquy solo, okay? It's similar to monologue. We'll go over the difference. It's a speech given by a character alone on stage. This is kind of the trick part. Or who thinks he or she is alone on stage. Okay? There's a very famous soliloquy in Romeo and Juliet where Juliet is talking. It's basically it's a long speech given by the character. So she's talking and professing her love for Romeo, and he's secretly like stalking her in the bushes. That's considered a soliloquy because she doesn't know he's there. If she knew he was there and she was talking directly to him, that would be a monologue, because mono means one. So it's one person giving a long speech. But soliloquy, solo, that's where they think they're alone. Monologue, other people can be around. And here's monologue right here, right? Made by one person. Okay, a simile, you should know this one. It's figurative language, a comparison using like or as. A metaphor, similes are types of metaphors. Metaphor is just a strong comparison, but you don't have to use like or as because that would be a simile, right? I'm sorry, my phone is going off. Okay, no one important. So you are a monster instead of you are like a monster. Allusion, if you allude to something in literature or in drama, you are referencing something well known by everyone else. So typically Shakespeare would allude to classic texts or the Bible oftentimes because everyone around that time, even people of other religions, were familiar with the text. Same with Greek mythology, stories like that. Everyone, even despite the religion, was pretty familiar with that. So we allude to that oftentimes. It does not have to be a story. It could be a place, event, time in history, a piece of art, anything like that. Personification. This is exactly what it sounds like, right? An object or animal is given human feelings, thoughts, attitudes. Okay? It's actually not an animal. That's not true. That is another word. I don't like that. So Disney makes its money more off of the other definition, and I'm going to be honest. Anthropomorphism. That's what it is. I was going to tell you I forgot the name. I'm pretty sure I've done this in another video. I can't ever remember the word anthropomorphism, which you understand why, right? Super long word. So that is where animals are given, that is where objects that are not inanimate objects, right? Non-living things, that is personification. You get into Disney movies where you give characters, animal characters, human-like characteristics, that is anthropomorphism, okay? So not the same thing. A drama, just its basic definition, is a story written to be performed, like a movie, like theater. A tragedy is exactly what it sounds like, but it is the most popular type of drama, or was at one point. It's where the main character is brought to ruin or suffers extreme sorrow or torment, anything like that. It's sad, basically. A tragic hero, usually found in the tragedies, right? A protagonist, which is like, for in casual language, a protagonist is a good guy, right? Or a good girl who experiences a catastrophe due to his own tragic flaw. That's the part that you need to know here. Is it's caused by themselves. It's not somebody else. So the tragic flaw may be something as silly as love is their weakness. Okay, it's their tragic flaw. It's what made them die in battle. Okay, or it can be something as extreme as Superman and kryptonite. It's their one thing that holds them back. Okay, so those are our first 15 terms. Try to keep an eye out for these. They will show up on your test next week, so make sure you know them. Okay? Have fun reading Scene 2. Hopefully, you're enjoying the story.